Rubber was introduced in Ghana in 1898 as an ornamental tree in the Ibri Botanical Gardens. Rubber plantation development is one of the lucrative farming ventures in the western and parts of the central regions of Ghana. Besides cocoa, oil palm, and coconut, rubber cultivation now stands out as one of the most profitable farming activities despite a long gestation period of 6 to 7 years. Rubber farming is a critical sector in many economies, contributing significantly to a nation's financial stability. Our growers play a pivotal role in this industry by supplying raw rubber to the factories. We are currently at Esoja in the Takwa Inswaye municipality in the western region on a rubber plantation. And we'll be speaking with Joseph C. Gabra, the owner of the farm, and he'll be telling us about rubber farming. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Welcome to JC Farms. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And you know, when it comes to rubber, we know about, for instance, when you talk about cocoa, we know about Fernando Po, how Tete Kwashi brought it to Ghana and stuff like that. But we have to ask, how long has rubber been in Ghana?
Let me say that it was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah during his time that rubber was introduced to this country.
Okay.
And he acquired a lot of lands. At that time, it was 99,000 acres for what we now have as Ghana Rubber Estates Limited.
Okay.
But some of the land had gone back to the traditional people. That's what they are using. So from Nkrumah's time, the rubber production or rubber business went down a little bit. It was revived somewhere in the late 60s. Okay. That's where we are now. Okay. And our growers became on board after that when Ghana Rubber Estates Limited needed more rubber to process at the factory. Okay. So that is what happened.
I noticed you call yourselves outgrowers, not rubber farmers. Why is that?
Oh, because we have the farm, the Ghana Rubber Estates has got its own plantation. Then we are saying that we, the farmers, it's a term that we use, we are outgrowers. Okay. We are not growing rubber in the plantation of Ghana Rubber Estates Limited, but outside, outgrowers.
Oh, okay.
So that is what we are saying.
Okay. Yeah. So what made you decide to go into rubber farming?
Yeah, well, I joined Ghana Rubber Estates Limited in 2004. When I came, I wasn't so much interested in going into private rubber cultivation. Yeah. But I came to meet in the enclave here, in the plantation enclave, a former boss of mine, the financial control of Ghana Rubber of Vaco in Tema, Mr. Kwabena Obesi-Jekti. I'm so much grateful to him. My family and myself, we are so much grateful to him. He is the one who literally forced me into rubber, private rubber, this thing. Yeah. And he led me to the landowners to acquire all these lands that we see, some of which I've given back to the landowners. So I owe him a lot of gratitude. But then also, I started doing farming, food crop farming in Nigeria.
Are we in Nigeria?
In Nigeria. When I went after national service and I was teaching, my principal there at that time, 1981, gave me the charge or put me in charge of the school farm. It was what I would say as food farming. Yeah. So that is where I learned farming. I'm a fisherman. I'm a fisher boy. So that's where I learned farming. Then from there, I got interested in farming. When I went outside to Sweden, I came back. I acquired land at Adenta and started doing cassava farming. Okay. Before I got a job in Valco, and unfortunately my cassava farming collapsed. But wherever I go, I at that time I like farming. And for now, I am an advocate of agric wherever I go. Yeah. I say that it's only agric that can save this nation from unemployment.
And but that's the thing. It's like most of the youth find agric unattractive. If you had to convince them, in what brief way would you say that to convince them that agric is the way?
Some of them come to me and I educate them on agric being the way. Yeah. You see, the fact is that it is tough to do something like a rubber. Yeah. Yeah, but if you get the necessary support I lectured some people about 1.5 months ago in Tema, and they said, I said, where did you get the money? I said, OPM, other people's money. You can collect some bank loans, salary advance, all those. That was what I used to do this farm. I started with first 18 acres, where I planted on the 25th of May, 2008. That was the first phase of my farming.
Started with 18 acres.
Yeah, that is 18 acres.
Okay.
Because the land was there, but I didn't have the money to let them cultivate all at once. Then 2010, I did the second phase, which is up there. Then 2014, I did the last phase until I got about 43 acres. So that is why it is that. It has not been easy, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's very
And you know, we usually take a day to celebrate the farmers of our nation and all that. So, and before we go into wrap up this in the process, how you tap the rubber and all that, if you can just give a brief word about farmers and how integral they are to a country's economy.
Yeah, farmers are very, very, very important to the economy of this country. As I've said already, I've been a very strong advocate of farming. You see, agric employs more people than, services. Agric employs more people than services. Over here, I have about 14 people. The tappers and then the wipers, who wipe the latex from inside the cup. And agric makes a lot of economic sense in terms of the proceeds that we get from it. And you see, it also makes people work with their hands. Ghana here, I'm sorry to say this, but there seems to be some laziness. And I always say this, I don't shy away from it. Now, if you leave this place and you go to the border of Ghana at Elubo, as soon as you cross, you go to Noe. Noe is the first town in Côte d'Ivoire. From Noe onwards, there is no wasted land.
Oh, really?
But tell me this. Now, whenever I'm traveling from Tema, where I stay, and I'm going to my wife's place, the water region, I get sad because the land is here left and right and not being cultivated. Ghana, we have to calm down and then think about how we are going to make agric the mainstay of this country. There was no doubt about it. Côte d'Ivoire, I can tell you that is one of the major things that they do that they are not in difficulty. That is it.
But you know, I heard a statement about how you have to have a lot of patience before you go into rubber farming. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, rubber farming is not, like a cassava farming or let's say plantation. Cassava farming, maybe 8 months, whatever. Rubber takes for about 6 years.
Oh, really?
Before you start tapping. This one that you are seeing here, this side, like I've said already, we planted it in 2008. Then I started tapping in 2014 before I went to retirement in 2015.
Okay.
So if you don't have the patience, you cannot go into rubber farming because it takes 6 years, and even after 6 years, the first 4 years you don't get much production. But between the 10th year and let's say, what I'm saying, I have not expressed because my farm is not yet 20 years. But between the 10th year and then the 20th year, that's where you get a lot of production from rubber.
Oh, okay.
So that is what is. And know that rubber takes about 40 years before it dies.
Oh, okay. So aside the gestation period being like 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
It can last for 40.
You can be, you are you are a rubber farmer, plantation owner. You will die and leave it for your children. That is why one of my children, when I brought him here, and we went up there, he looked at it, he said, this is a generational legacy. That's the word that we use. He said it's a generational legacy. So we need to let people know the essence of farming. For me, I'm very passionate about it. I don't hide it. Very, very passionate about it. We waste a lot of land. And people think that if you do farming, I'm sorry to say you are low. You are not low. In the olden days, when you were in school and you committed some offense, go and read. See, that kind of mentality should be taken away. Farming at that or reading at that stage should not be made to appear as if it is what is punishment. No, farming is the way to go for Ghana, and Mark my words. It was a Ghanaian who went and improved rice farming in Nigeria. My own senior in secondary school, who went and improved rice farming in Nigeria. So our future lies in agric. No doubt about it.
No doubt about
I don't hide it.
You don't, that's true. I can see the way
Yeah,
you
yes, I'm very passionate about it.
And then, so now tell us, what exactly happens at a rubber? I see some cups, I see some white liquid dripping, and a lot going on. So take us through the what goes on a rubber plantation.
Yeah, so what happens is that the white liquid that you see over here, fortunately, one of my tappers came and is still here. She's over there. So she tapped this. Now we have tappers. The tappers, their main job description, if I'm to use that HR term, their main job is to tap the tree, cut the tree, and then the latex will be pouring. Now,
Okay, that's what's the white thing.
The white thing is the latex that is pouring. It will pour into the cup.
Okay.
But they will tap it every other 3 days.
Okay.
Whatever is pouring now, tomorrow when he comes or she comes, she's going to go to another task. This is a tax system.
Okay.
Every tax we have about 500 trees to 555 trees, depending upon the landscape.
Okay.
So he will leave, this thing will be coming down. He will go to another place. Then third day he comes back to come and tap.
Okay.
So that's what happens. Then by the time he comes, the wine in the cup already is coagulated, it's hard.
Okay.
Then after, let's say, 4 days or about 5 days, they will scoop.
Okay.
What we call, they will wipe the latex from the cup. Then you are good to go to send to the factory. Yeah.
All right, so at this point, we'll go to one of the trees and you can show us exactly what you're talking about. Let's go towards this one. I see the latex dripping out. Okay, so can you tell us what we're looking at the moment?
Yeah, what is happening is that a while ago, the tapper who is in charge of this task came over here to come and tap, to come and cut this thing, and then remove what we call a cambion.
Okay.
The cambion is the one that has got dried. You can see here, like this. Before they start tapping, then straight it will come over here. So the latex will pour like this. Now let me say that what you see here is a panel.
Okay.
Panel. Yeah, so before they start tapping, you have what we call panel marking. And you can see that some of the panels have been tapped already.
Okay.
So every year, we do what we call panel changing. So this place that you are seeing that is being tapped, next year we come to another spot where they will start tapping. So this is what she has used, a tapping knife to actually cut the tree, the bark of the tree.
Yeah, all
so
the
it
way.
will pour all the way. It will pour here. And what is here? What is now? It is liquid, but we have the solid one inside.
Okay.
We have solid one inside, which might have been tapped about 3 days ago, which is solid. This one that we are seeing will get solidified by close of the day.
Okay.
Then it will add. But as I indicated earlier, tomorrow she will not come and tap this tree.
She'll move on to
She'll move on to another task.
Yeah.
Another tree. So that's what actually happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is.
But looking at it, I can tell how much patience you need because you have to wait. It's like 1 day for it to just drip, drip, drip before it coagulates, before you know have to come and pour it out and all that.
Yeah, you don't need to stand here.
You don't need to.
Because there are a lot of trees.
There are a lot of trees. Okay.
We have more than 12,000 trees here.
Oh, wow.
And a task has got about
50?
500 to 550 trees, depend upon the landscape. Okay. So when the tapper, like she came, she did it and she went away. Okay. You can't waste time here. In 1 minute, because you have a lot of trees to tap.
Yeah.
So she taps. The only thing is she has to make sure that the cap is well placed. Okay. And that there is no leakage. Because any small thing that pours is money. It's money. So I have not been I don't let them have it easy at all. Whenever I come to the farm and I see latex pouring away from the
container,
from the cup,
yeah.
from the cup. So they make sure that, and I trust my workers, they are very hardworking. They will they will make sure that the cap is well placed. Then
But looking at the process right now, is there a way usually, I know technology comes in nowadays, is there a way farmers can speed it up so that maybe they process latex faster, or you don't use any
they just you apply stimulant recently, that also.
Oh, okay.
Only we came here last week. They were going to apply stimulant the following day.
Okay.
So they have applied stimulant, and as I indicated at first, it is a stimulant that actually stimulates
Okay. Oh, okay.
the rubber, the latex from coming more. The stimulant stimulates the latex to come, and that helps us a lot. Some people say that the more chemical or stimulant we apply, the shorter the lifespan of the tree will be.
Okay.
The lifespan. What is lifespan? If the tree spends about 30 years, so 40 years, where will I be in the next 30 years?
Well, maybe
So-
they're worried about future but like the stimulant doesn't worry the latex coming out. Like,
No,
it doesn't.
at all.
It doesn't.
It is technology based.
Yeah.
Like I said, in the olden days it was not there. About 15, 18 years ago it was, and then
Oh, okay.
it doesn't affect the quality
Of the latex.
of the latex.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it does not.
But looking at when you started back in 2008 up to now, and we just mentioned technology with the stimulants and all that. Are there any fears that perhaps technology will come in a way and then reduce perhaps the manpower and stuff like that? And you don't necessarily have to have so many people on the farms.
Technology is evolving. I will never ever be surprised if they evolve a certain technology where even the tapping takes place automatically,
Okay.
mechanically,
Yeah.
not by a human being. But that one, I don't think is going to come now.
Okay.
So for now, that's how it will be. And I personally prefer that way because it employs more people now
Yeah.
than when some robot or some drone comes and then
Some AI.
it comes AI. Then it comes and start tapping the tree. What job will our youth get to do? No.
Yeah.
And employment is very, very important in this
yeah.
country.
So looking at the situation, it's an open area. It's not blanketed or anything like that. So when it's during the rainy season, does it affect the production of the rubber?
But it is a natural phenomenon. It's inevitable.
Okay.
Yeah, it's inevitable. If my tapper comes and tap here and leaves and it rains and it wipes off, you have not much control.
You seem very
And
calm
now
about
we did what we call this thing, the rain guard, but the rain guard did not actually succeed.
So you were speaking about the panels earlier, and I noticed it started from the bottom, and then each year it changes over and all that. And then looking at the height of the tree, is there a way that, what happens when they have to create the panels at the top? Will they have to climb and then tap from there? Or what exactly?
What will happen is that it is not advisable for a tapper to bend, and let's say tap here. There's rubber here,
Okay.
but it's not advisable. So when they reach here, then it means that they have reached maybe, for want of a better word, the extent to which they can go low.
Okay.
Then they will change panel. But there are panels at the back over here, and as I said, here, the back of the tree, that is what I call panel.
Yeah.
So the back of the tree, back BA,
Okay.
yeah. So they will come. Elsewhere, I mean, before I left my former place of work, we have some people who are tapping at the top. That is higher than this.
Okay.
But I don't want to go there because it's technical.
Okay. So for your people,
this thing by March next year, when we are going to rechange, if it has not gone low, we maintain it.
Okay.
But if it has gone low, we come to another part of the tree.
Yeah.
The panel, that's panel changing.
Okay.
That is it. But even before you start the tapping, we have what we call panel marking.
Okay.
That is, we have some specialists, some guys who do it. Panel marking. Because you cannot just tap the tree like that. Yeah. There are some guys who come, and of course you pay them for that. They will come and do the panel marking. Yeah. Based on the marking, then my people, my tappers, will start tapping from there. So it's, rubber farming is very, very technical. Let me add that one. Very, very technical. So you need to be very, very careful. If you are not careful, you will kill this tree. If you are not careful, you are going to kill this tree. So the tappers are very well trained so that they tap with a lot of circumspection. So that is what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that one of the latex over there in the cups has coagulated.
Yeah.
Let's take a walk and see how it looks like when it's fully caked and all. So we are currently at one of the trees where I see the latex has coagulated. So what happens now?
So what is going to happen is that this one, I know that by Saturday, they will come and wipe, we call it wiping.
Okay.
They come and remove this. They will come and do the wiping. By that time, by Saturday, what is pouring now, this one will have also coagulated.
Okay.
Then they will. I don't know whether I can call one of my people to come and this thing. So,
Oh,
Salah,
yes, sir, feel free.
come and remove this thing. So she's one of the wipers. So she's one of the wipers. So she'll come and demonstrate to us how we wipe it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that is it. Yeah. So so she has replaced the cap.
Yeah.
Then she will put it inside the head pan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sure. So it's still pouring.
Yeah,
Still pouring.
pouring.
Still pouring.
Oh, okay, so
that's
she
what
takes
happens.
the
Yeah.
residue in the cup to another tree? Or...
Yeah, yes. Another tree, she's going there.
Oh,
She's put it on another tree. And this is what she has come to put down at the collection point.
Oh, okay.
So that we don't waste. When she takes it, this thing is not going to get waste. There's still another cup.
Yeah, waiting underneath so it keeps...
So that it keeps this thing.
Oh, okay.
So that's what happens. Yeah.
Okay. So let's move now to the collection point. I see a bunch of the rubber, the latex over there. How do you call, when it coagulates like that, what do you call it?
We call it a cup lump.
Cup
Lump. Cup lump. Cup.
Cup.
Oh,
cup lump.
Cup lump.
Cup lump.
L-U-M-P.
Cup lump.
Cup lump.
I get it.
Over here.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So technically speaking, latex is too general.
Yeah.
Called a cap lump.
Cup lump.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the cap lumps.
So I understand this is one of your designated collection points where they bring the cup lamps. And then from here, they move it to the factory?
Yes, from here we move it to the factory. I go to the factory every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we had come here by, let's say, Sunday, so to speak, you have found the whole place full.
Okay.
So they will do the first collection, come and dump them here, then the second collection.
Okay.
Then we take them to the... It will have been huge. So this one, it doesn't depict what actually you find here.
Yeah.
When they have this thing.
Oh, okay.
So she just tapped a few,
Yeah.
wiped a few. As I said, in 3 days' time, the whole place will be full.
Oh,
Because
okay.
most of the cups are full.
Okay.
But because of the time we came here, so that is it. Yeah.
Now, and then speaking of which, earlier we were speaking about how the rain can spoil some of your yield. When it comes to rubber plantations, are there any other peculiar challenges you face as outgrowers?
The peculiar challenges, one of the peculiar challenges is the road.
Yeah.
The roads that we use to come to our farms, or let me speak for myself, to come to my farm. When you were coming, you saw it.
Yeah.
It's very downheartening, and no, it's not good.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that one of the challenges in this industry. Apart from that, everything is okay. I think so. Then also sometimes getting workers to come, but it's okay. My workers are loyal to me, and they are okay.
We can see the benefits of it.
Yeah, sure.
So before we leave your farm, we'll be making our way over to the factory to see what exactly they do with this product when it comes in. And any thoughts on your mind you'd like to leave us with before we go?
Thank you very much. What I would say is that rubber is good. Like one of my paramount chiefs said, rubber farming, rubber plantation or farming will not make you extremely rich, but you never go hungry.
Oh, okay. That's actually
One
quite cool.
of my paramount, that's what he's an outgrower also. That's what he said. Rubber may escape, but also in that.
Ah, that's true.
So that is.
That's
No,
true.
yes. it's difficult to do it, but if you do it, you know that your future is guaranteed. Yeah.
On that note, thank you so much for
Welcome.
taking us on a tour of your
Yeah,
farm.
sure.
Happy Farmers Day to you
Yeah,
and to
thank
all
you very
farmers.
much. Thank you very much. I thank you so much, you and your team,
Yeah.
for coming. On behalf of all my employees, we want to thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So from here, we're going to make our way over to the factory and see what happens when the cap lamps get there. Don't go anywhere. We are right back after this. Okay, so we're still here in the western region, and we're from the farm. We are now here at Ghana Rubber Estates Grill Factory 2, where our growers bring in their cap lamps for processing. As you can see behind me, there's a vehicle offloading their cap lamps. I understand from here there will be an inspection and whatnot, but I'm not the one going to tell you that. I'm going to invite the factory manager. He's in the person of Felix Piwi, Obiri, and then he'll tell us what exactly happens here. Thank you so much, Felix.
Thank you, sir.
So can you tell us, when the growers bring in the cap lamps, do they clean the cap lamps? What exactly happens over here?
Okay, thank you. First and foremost, I would like to say that natural rubber forms about 60 to 70% of ties used in aeroplanes and vehicles, especially the high-speed vehicles and cars. And therefore, the rubber must be cleaned at the exit of our factory. So when the rubber from the farm arrive in our factory, what we do is to inspect them for contamination.
Okay.
And if they are good, we will accept them, and our processes are designed to clean, to remove all sorts of contamination that can actually cause the tie not to become a high-performing tie.
Okay.
Okay. So all what is happening here is a check and a cleaning of the rubber before processing.
So this is like a reception ground
area
to receive all the
rubber from all over Ghana.
Oh, okay, okay. And then for the ones that are not really quality and all that, how do you know this one it's not quality enough and you discard it or something?
In fact, we have a criteria to accept the rubber. So if it doesn't meet our criteria, what we will do is that we will isolate the product and treat it as a special product.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it has to be worked on before we receive it back in our factory.
Oh, okay, okay. But I noticed that some of these lamps are of a different color than. I noticed this one is whiter and then this one is brown. Any specific reason why? Or it's all good?
They are all good, but the number of days the rubber spends after harvesting in the plantation
it's what we call
determines the color. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So if it's fresh, for example, removed the same day from the plantation is white.
It's white. Okay.
As it ages in the plantation, it becomes brownish.
Oh, okay.
But color is not a criteria for
as long as the material is still good
of the quality of
the color doesn't determine.
The color, no.
Oh, okay. So this one, like, how many weeks has it spent on the plantation?
This could be more than 2 weeks.
More than
the
2
plantation.
weeks. Oh, okay. So usually, what's the longest cap lamps can stay on the plantation before they have to bring it here?
This is a very interesting question. In fact, cap lamps or rubber is not a perishable good.
Oh, really?
So it can stay as long as you want it to stay and bring it. But the best is to harvest it a day, 2 days after, and you deliver in the factory. But it's not a perishable good, so it's not like I harvested it, I couldn't bring it, so it's expired or it's spoiled and I cannot sell it now.
Oh, okay.
Brown, white, they are all good, so long as they are clean and free of contaminating agents.
Yes,
exactly.
But you know, before we go to the final staging area, I noticed that it has this peculiar scent, and then you're not wearing nose mask and all. So I believe it's not toxic in any way like that. The fumes, what we are smelling at the moment, it's totally safe.
Yes. I want to reiterate the fact that it is safe.
Okay.
Why? Because it's an organic material.
Okay.
Okay, harvested from the tree as you saw in the plantation, it comes here. What we are smelling is the effect of non-rubber components
Oh, okay.
that are in the latex during the coagulation stage.
Oh.
Just like food, when it's going bad, you know, the bacteria will consume
Yeah.
some
Okay.
carbohydrates and some
Okay.
other elements in the rubber to cause it to say ferment.
Yeah.
And the
That's what
smell
we are
you are smelling is just like
Okay.
a fermentation odor.
Oh, okay.
So it's harmless. It's not harmful
It's not harmful.
to your health. We have many people. We go for annual checkups.
Yeah.
We have many people who have worked in the factory for
So many years.
so
and
many
that-
years without any
Oh, okay.
side effect on their health.
Okay. So from here we move to the final stage.
Final
is it?
stage, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
So from a seedling and growing into a tall tree, tapping the rubber and all, we are now at the end stage. What happens to the rubber when it gets to the factory? We're still here at the Ghana Rubber Estates Factory 2, and Felix is still here with me, and he's going to tell us what all this packaging is about. So Felix, we don't keep any of the rubber. We don't keep any in the country.
Oh, we keep some. We
Yeah.
have a few customers
Oh, okay.
in Accra.
In
but
Accra, okay.
they buy less than 1% of the total production.
Oh, okay. So tell us what exactly this end stage is about.
Okay. So what you can see in front of us here is the finished product,
Okay.
packaged, ready for export.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about one ton
Okay.
of the product, 260 kg. 1 ton, 260 kg.
Oh, okay. Is that
Product.
what's written over
Yes,
here?
written
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Ready to be exported.
Oh, okay.
And this product goes to the whole world.
The whole world. Oh, okay.
We have customers in Asia, in North America,
Okay.
in all over Europe,
Oh, okay.
buying from us.
Oh, wow. The rubber is a big deal.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, without it, we can't manufacture aeroplane tires.
Yeah.
We need this for aeroplane tires.
But you know, a lot of people confuse rubber with
Yes.
plastics.
Yes.
Can you tell us like the basic difference between them, so maybe people will stop confusing the two? Because I know plastic you can use it for caps and all that. And then
Yes.
earlier you mentioned that for rubber you can get ties, airplane ties and all
Yes,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, in fact, the main difference is the fact that the plastics are gotten from petroleum.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's one of the products
Okay.
of petroleum.
Yeah.
And this natural rubber is coming
From
from
the tree.
the tree.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
is the
Okay.
main difference.
Yeah. So I see a lot of container trucks parked outside. Where are they going?
So all these trucks are waiting to be loaded,
Okay.
to be sent to the port, to be shipped to
The various destinations you
various
mentioned.
destinations around the world.
Oh, okay.
So that is it. So what you can see in front of us here has gone through all our factory processes.
Yeah. And this is
and,
it's packaged and ready
Yes,
to be
very
transported.
well packaged,
Yeah, it's very.
very nice product
Yeah.
that is really boosting the economy
Yeah.
of the Western region and Ghana
As
as
well.
a whole.
Yeah. So before we leave you, do you have any final remarks for us? Anything you'd like to say?
We are appealing to government to do here in Ghana.
Okay.
Why? Because today, all the 7 processors in Ghana, we've been told, have an installed capacity of 146, almost 150,000 tons per year.
Okay.
The cap lumps available in the market. We have this figure because we were part
Yeah,
of the tripartite
yeah.
agreement. We help farmers
Yeah.
plant rubber through the Agua project. We have capacity to produce cap lumps to the tune of about 110,000. So already there is a deficit, it's a shortfall of the supply of the raw material. So if government does not step in to protect the investments the processors have made, including GREL, it's not only the employment that will be affected, but the investment of 7 processors have gone waste.
Felix, thank you so much for giving us. And the government has a big role to play, and I hope they listen to your plea and come in and engage you and then address this deficit. Thank you so much for taking us through the process. I promise we'll come back for the bigger visits where we'll go through everything individually. Yes, at the moment, thank you so much.
We are grateful for your time, for your visit.
Yeah.
We hope to see you very soon.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you. Hi. Yeah. So there you have it, Rubber Production, people. Thank you.